Warm Calvary greetings to all our listeners and followers out there. This is your favorite end-time prophetic news coming to you live and direct from the stable of the Ordained Radio TV Gospel Ministry, situated here at the Capstone Prophetic Miracle Life Ministry of Joy Ibadan. My name is Alfred Jimo. Today, we have another interesting and insightful package for you to bring you up to speed with prophecy fulfilling and soon coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. First, let us take a brief look at the highlight of today's news. Donald Trump declaration of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC. The meaning, implication, and prophetic angle. Despite America designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern, insecurity boister as gunmen abducted 25 schoolgirls in Kebbi State. Resolution 2803. UN peace deal in Gaza received more acceptance. Now the news in full. Since 31st October 2025, when the President of the United States of America designated Nigeria as one of the countries of particular concern for the USA, both the traditional and social news media have gone ablaze as different narratives and opinions have been aired over the declaration by Donald Trump. In this news item, End Time Prophetic News seeks to bring to you the meaning, implication, and the prophetic dimension of America declaring a country as a country of particular concern. What does it mean when American government declares a nation or country as a country of particular concern? Country of particular concern CPC indicates that the US government has found such a country to be engaging in or tolerating systematic, ongoing, and egregious violation of religious freedom. This includes torture or inhuman treatment based on religion. 2. Prolonged detention without charge for religious reasons. 3. Enforced disappearance of individuals due to faith. And 4. Other severe denials of the right to life, liberty, or security because of one's religious belief. Why was Nigeria so designated by the USA? There have been allegations of widespread persecutions of Christians in Nigeria, with claims of 1. Premeditated and targeted attacks on Nigerian Christians by extremist Islamic groups. 2. More importantly, there have been largely inadequate government response to protect Christians from these attackers, which has now constituted an existential threat to the Christians in Nigeria. What is the implication of the designation to Nigeria? The CPC designation may lead to 1. Direct engagement, 2. Public condemnation and withdrawal of certain forms of assistance to Nigeria. It could also include economic sanction and political military actions against the perpetrator of the religious motivated attacks on Christians. The prophetic dimension. End time prophetic news sees this as the harbinger of what we shall be having in the days of the Antichrist, when a global leader or president will be able to enter any country of the world to enforce his own order. Even though contrary to fears and opinions in some quarters, America has not said it is coming to attack Nigeria as a nation. What is obvious is that if the Nigerian government continue to handle insecurity and attacks on Christians, churches, and communities with the hand of levity, America may be forced to put boots on ground to begin to hunt the terrorists and their sponsors within and outside the country. Time up. The end is here. Despite America's designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern due to insecurity and attack purportedly targeted against Christians in the land, yet another tragedy struck in the town of Maga in the Danko/Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State, Nigeria on 17th November 2025. The abductors, who were described as armed criminal groups operating as bandits believed to be former headers who have turned to kidnapping, were said to have gained access to the government girls' comprehensive secondary school and abducted 25 schoolgirls, killing the school vice principal and injuring another staff in the process. Even though it could not be confirmed if the abduction was religiously motivated, End-time prophetic news sees the abduction one too many against the backdrop of Chibok in Borno, April 2014, Dapchi, Yobe State 2018 February, Kankara in Katsina State December 2020, Kagara in Niger State February 2021, Jangebe, Zamfara State February 2021, Federal College of Forestry, Afaka, Kaduna State, March 2021. Bethel Baptist High School, Kaduna State, July 2021. This MAGA abduction is yet another red flag on the insecurity situation in Nigeria and an indictment on the Nigerian government non-readiness to confront banditry and their sponsors in the country. This goes to confirm America's claim that Nigerian government seems to be complicit and tolerating and allowing bandits for obvious reasons. End-time prophetic news now calls on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to upscale his activities by totally overhauling the entire security architecture of Nigeria with a view to confronting banditry, insurgency, and all forms of criminality and insecurity in real time. Resolution 2803, UN peace deal in Gaza received more acceptance. For the first time in recent time, there appeared to have been an end in sight in the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas in the Palestinian enclave in Gaza, as the United Nations Security Council adopted Resolution 2803 on 17th November 2025, giving international backing to a broader peace plan including a stabilization force and reconstruction mechanism. The Israeli government has expressed optimism at the resolution according to a news item monitored on Al Jazeera. Netanyahu's office said the UN resolution will lead to peace and prosperity, citing disarmament, demilitarization, and de-radicalization of Gaza. Though on the Israel side, there are some internal opposition, especially from some far-right members of the Israeli cabinet. The Israeli cabinet had approved the ceasefire in October. In Israel seems to view this as a pathway to integrated regional peace, further integration, and an expansion of the Abraham Accord. However, as Hamas accepted parts of the ceasefire deal, though with strong reservations, according to the Guardian, Hamas is demanding guarantees that Israel will fully comply and implement the agreement. The Palestinian Authority and its leader, Mahmoud Abbas, welcomed the deal. Abbas said he hoped it could lead to a permanent political solution and a two-state outcome. He also insists that Gaza's sovereignty belongs to the Palestinian state and underlined the need for the Palestinian institutions such as West Bank and Gaza to be unified under the Palestinian laws. On the whole, end-time prophetic news sees this as fitting into the very covenant which the man Antichrist shall sign with Daniel's people, the Jews, which shall mark the beginning of Daniel's 78th week. The abomination of desolation. Matthew chapter 24 verse 15 warns, quote, "When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand." End of quote. Believers, stand up. The time is at hand. This is where we shall be returning home from our news hunt for today. But before we do that, please don't forget to like, comment, and share this program and indeed all our programs on the Ordained Radio TV Gospel Ministry. As you do that, you are sure God will continue to bless you. From all of us here in the studio, we say bye for now. Until we meet again. Maranatha.